Okay, this is the how to sculpt an owl video. We've got our tools here, and this is a kebab stick that I cut in half so that we have one tool with a flat end and then one tool with a pointy end. And this is really the only tool you're going to need. And then here is some polymer clay. Boo Boo says hi. It's about the size of, a little bit smaller than a golf ball. So what we're going to do is take a little bit off so we have some for the tail and the wings. And then we're going to roll it in a ball. And with sculpting, you can use circles and triangles for just about everything. So we're going to take a circle to make the head and the body. We're just going to squish it up a little bit. Okay, kind of looks like a big pill. And then we're going to taper down the end just a little bit. You can do that by just rolling one part of it. Okay, flatten out this, flatten out the bottom a little bit. Okay, so he's going to kind of look like a weevil, if you remember what weevils look like. Okay, so there we go. We've got the start of an owl head and body. Now with polymer clay, it's easier just to take one piece and make the head and the body. So we're going to take our tool, and from the fat end, we're going to come down about 1/3, and we're just going to press in a little bit to separate the head from the body. Okay? And we're going to roll up and roll down. So we have a nice little separation there. And you want to go around while you're working and make sure you haven't put a dent somewhere, because it's real easy to get a dent with this clay. And then we just kind of smooth it out a little bit. Lots of smoothing with the polymer clay. Lots of smoothing. Okay. So we've got our dent. So now we're going to make a spot for the wings. So take your flat end tool, start at the end of the neck, and come down in a curve. Just make a mark that's a curve on one side. Okay? We're going to do the same thing with the other side. Start with the neck, ends, come down and make a curve. And it looks kind of weird, but don't worry. It's all going to work out later. So we take our tool, flatten him out. This is going to be his stomach, so I want to flatten this part out. And again, we're kind of losing, we're mushing it here, so kind of make sure he's round. Flatten out the inside part. Okay. Lost a little bit of the neck, so we'll just go back in, smush the neck a little bit. You don't want to press too hard or you'll end up with a dent, but you want to be firm. So there we go. Alright. So now we're going to mark a spot for the eyes, and we're going to make a beak while we do that too. And it'll kind of make a beak on its own, you'll see. So on his face, you want to go halfway down, and with your flat end tool, just press in and make a spot for the eye. Do that on the same thing on the other side. Press in, make a spot for the eye. So there you'll see we have this thing in the middle, which is going to become his beak. So we take our pointy tool, and we start from the corner of one eye socket, and we go down in a triangle. And we do the same thing on the other side. Corner of the eye socket, go down in a triangle. Okay? And then we want to just roll down, press a little bit firmly here on his face, away from the beak, not too firm. That way the beak stands out a little bit. Do the same thing on the other side, roll down, firm but not too firm. We're going to come back and work on his beak a little bit more later. But you'll see we've got a pretty good start already, just from doing that. And if anything gets smushed, you can just go back in and repress over it. Okay? All right, so we got the start of a face here. So again, go around, make sure he's still round. He hasn't been mushed anywhere, because this clay just mushes up so easy. Okay, so we're going to press him down so he stands on his own, because he's not going to have feet. We're going to do a really simple little owl. Whoops. So there we go, he's standing. And push up a little, make sure he's all round everywhere. Okay, so now we're going to make the wings. So we take a little bit of clay, about that much, roll it, okay, kind of flatten it out. All right, so we make a little point on the end. We cut off about this much, okay, just pressure stick into it, and then go right down the middle. Just press, lift, right down the middle. So then you'll have two pieces. One will be straight on one, it'll be straight on one side and then curved on the other side. So you want to take the curved side and match it up with the mark that you made. And this is going to be the end of the wing. You want to start a little bit lower than the top, than the neck. So just press it in. Okay, then take your other piece, do the same thing. Curve side, match up with the curve, and look at it from the front so you can see that they're even, that they start in the same spot. Okay, and just press it in. Take your tool again, gently roll back to press this in, and then I like to roll up so that we keep the fattest part of the wing towards the top, because the skinny part's going to be at the bottom. Do the same thing on the other side. And press in the back. And his wings are a little skinny, but we'll fix that. And then roll up. Roll up. And then you just take your finger and smooth it all down. And with the top, you need to do the same thing. Gently press it at the top, or you'll get a dent. And just smooth in all the edges with your fingers. Just take your time with it, because if you're in too much of a hurry, you'll just smush it. And you got to go around again, make sure you're not squishing it anywhere. And then you want to kind of go back on the bottom here and make sure it's still tapered down, because owls do taper at the bottom. Okay. So now we're going to add his tail. So we got the same piece. Make it a little pointy. We're going to make a small tail because he doesn't have feet, so we can't have too big of a tail. So we take a little triangle here. Smush the end, flatten it out so it'll be easy to attach, and then we just attach his tail. And again with your stick, roll it up. Don't press too much, you'll get a dent. And take your finger, kind of smush it in. Now you can take your pointy tool and make feather marks. And it'll be okay if these get a little smushed, because they'll still look alright. And put your finger underneath the tail and then gently mark the tail too. Okay, it's looking pretty good. Now let's work on his face. So he's got some pretty deep eye sockets, so we're going to give him some eyeballs so he looks okay. So we take a tiny little bit of clay, and you want to kind of chop it in half with your fingernail if you can, so you have two pieces that are the same size, so his eyeballs are the same size. And then very gently roll it. Very gently. Okay, so we've got two little eyeballs. And we just pop those in his eye sockets. So now he has little eyes. One of my eyes is bigger than the other. Okay, so we take the pointy stick and we want to work on his beak. So we want to gently go underneath the point here and lift it up just a little bit, because we do want a separation between his beak and his face. So roll down, lift it up just a little bit. And on the top, we want to kind of go around in a circle here. So that separates his beak from the top of his face, and push down and back. Down and back. Down and back. So take your fingers and press gently on the beak, and then gently push down on the top and the bottom so it's got a little curve to it. Okay. So now we just want to go around and smooth him out very gently. Make sure he's even. He doesn't have any bumps anywhere. He's round, not square. And with this kind of clay, we're going to add most of the details when we paint, because it's just so squishy. And if you touch it the wrong way, you've got a mark you don't want. So we'll do that after we bake him. So with the polymer clay, I like to wrap it in aluminum foil so it bakes evenly, because you can end up with burn spots. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to bake him at 275 for about 20 minutes, because he's kind of thick. And I'm going to wrap him in aluminum foil. Well, I'm going to gently lay him in a piece of aluminum foil and then wrap the aluminum foil over him very gently, because it'll smush him if you're not careful. Hello, boo-boo. Okay. So there we go. There's the owl. I'm going to go wrap him up and paint him. Whoops. And then I will come back and show you what he looks like.